let's get ready to go live, guys.
It's that time of the week, right? Where do I even start? People forgetting how to queue, and the price of a decent brew. Big G's here to put the world right. It's Big G's Rant of the Week.
Good evening, guys. Here we are again on a Tuesday night. Yes, an hour earlier than normal. But yes, this is going to be the new time from now on. Tuesday, 8 o'clock. Had to change. Oh my God, I didn't even... hold on, let me switch this off. That's a great start on it. Phone going off in the background. Yes, from other commitments from my other new radio station that I'm on to, I've had to bring this one an hour forward. Yes, so fingers crossed, all goes well. I'm also supposedly not just playing live on Reach On Air. I'm on Twitch TV, so if you want to watch that, you are more than welcome. Just download the absolutely free app, guys, and head over there and look up Gary D1310. Now, I don't know if it's working or not, but supposedly I am streaming on YouTube as well. So yes, the beauty is just being put out there for everyone to see tonight. Yeah, so fingers crossed the YouTube one is going well as well, if that makes sense. But anyway, who have we got in here so far tonight? Let's have a quick look. Look. We have Jason Hughes. Good to see you, Jay. He does love a good old rant, Jason. Yes, good evening, mate. And then we've got our Alan, DJ Platinum, who done his debut show today here on Reach On Air. And guys, if you haven't heard him before, have a listen. He is absolutely fantastic, DJ. He's come from my station is unfortunately closing down at the end of this week, so he's checking out Reach On Air, so make him as welcome as you possibly can, that you did with me all that time ago. And that's why I say I always come back, because I love you guys out there. So yeah, hopefully you will make Alan as welcome, or DJ Platinum. Oh yeah, you can always listen back, can't you, on the catch up? Yeah, and then you'll know what I'm talking about. Yeah, so catch him on Reach On Air over the next few weeks. So he's going to do some great stuff. He was, what was it, Alan? You was Saturdays and Sundays at Voyager. Sorry, Reach On Air, if I've mentioned another station, but there's no competition no more, guys. Let's be honest, there's no competition anymore because of and they're going. Last show is Sunday. So yeah. So, and good evening to Roy as well, who has joined us in the Twitch / YouTube channel. It is all a little bit confusing for me with what's going on at the minute. And Roy, how are you feeling at the minute? How are you feeling? Sorry I didn't get to see you Friday. It was just, I was meeting a friend of mine for his birthday on the Saturday. And these days, guys, I don't know about you out there, there is not a chance in hell that I can drink 2 nights in a week. It's just not happening anymore. I just cannot do it. And good evening to Derek, who has also joined us on the Reach On Air. Track where you can send messages on there. And Roy's doing all right. So let's get on, guys. Let's get on. And it's not really a rant at the minute. Let me put these messages in front of me so I can see what you're saying, and I don't keep looking to the left and the right and God knows where else I'm looking. I've just lost me Reach On Air one there. Here he is. He's back. So yes, I got me Reach On Air message there. So good evening to Derek, who's joining us. Yeah, very busy day for me in the radio world. I've done the breakfast show this morning. I'm doing this now, and then I've got another show at 10 o'clock on my brand new station. Which went quite well yesterday. I think it went quite well. But anyway, moving on. Quick disclaimer, whatever you want to call it. Quick disclaimer, guys. Everything that we say on here is just our opinions. It's just our opinions. They're not facts well, they're not mostly not facts and that's set in stone. So don't hold it against it. And you, as I say, are free, completely free to disagree with anything I say. You are completely free. And if you want to talk about something that is bothering you this week, feel free to send a message in. Yeah, feel free to send a message in on the Twitch or the Voyager or whichever one you want to do, to be honest with you. So, yeah, as I said, it's just a group of friends getting together, having a chat once a week on a Tuesday evening from 8 o'clock. So that's enough of me introducing. But thing is, I think a few things have happened over the last weekend, which happened in the last week. Don't mention left or right or I could turn into a rant. What do you mean? I thought it was just potholes we didn't talk about. Oh, excuse me for coughing there. Yeah, so a few things that happened this week, which was a bit strange after the things that we have talked about on here over the last few weeks. I don't know if you remember me mentioning about the builders a few weeks ago, where I wanted to wring their necks, absolutely wring their necks, because in my whole garden, covered in masonry, like brick dust, clothes, everything was just absolutely covered. And funny enough, they come back. The builders come back. And to be fair, this time the builder actually come and knocked on my door. He gave the door a little knock, and he's standing there. He stood right in front of me. I think he was all right when he was 50 metres away shouting abuse, but then when he come and knocked on the door, and he said, "Excuse me, sir, are you flat A?" Sir? What? Who calls me sir? No one calls me bleeding sir. Like I get called Gary, to be honest with you. But yeah, he knocked on the door and he went, "Would you mind very much taking your washing in and shutting your windows, because we're going to have to do a bit more of the drilling and all that crap that they were doing." And I was like, "Yeah, no problem." I said, "That's all you had to do in the first place." And he's like, I know, I'm really, really sorry. I'm so sorry. And I said to him, yeah, if you'd done this in the first place, you wouldn't have had any of the problems that you've had. Not a single one. And the neighbours round here all understand that these are old houses and they need building work. And, you know, I was just giving them an earful, to be honest with you. They all need building work. So we accept noise and things like that. But what we won't accept is the mess that you created without warning anyone. And he was like, I'm so sorry. Sorry, guys. Oh, I keep leaving. I don't know. I've got that old frog in the throat. I don't know what's happened there. And I don't know if you've seen on Twitch. Yes, I have put my drink in a glass, so I am not advertising anyone apart from probably glass people. But IKEA, worth every penny. £1 in IKEA. Oof, I hope you didn't hear me slurp that. And yeah, so he said, he went, okay, mate, no problem. He goes, to be honest with you, he goes, the guy we work for is an absolute, what's the word? Bellend, the right word? Yeah, we can use bellend. And he goes, and I said to him, to be honest with you, mate, no offence, I hope I never see you again. And he goes, no offence taken, I feel exactly the same, because I don't want to work for this person again. And I'm like, okay, great. Right, so, yeah, so that was the builder. He's come and apologised and he's made peace. The thing that he didn't do was tell the neighbour upstairs. So he's knocked on my door, everything fine with me, and he didn't tell the neighbour upstairs who had his windows open. He's had the windows. And my neighbour Martin, he don't mind me saying his name, he is a very placid guy, very, very nice person, but he's Irish. He's Irish, and this isn't a slant on Irish. I'm from Irish heritage. What is it? Irish descent, whatever you want to call it. And so I know what they're like. Well, to say he's gone ballistic is an understatement. I could hear him screaming at these builders, and I thought he's going to kill them. He's going to absolutely kill them. And it was not good. It was not good. But anyway, the builders are finally gone. So that is the end of that. And Jason is telling us he's had a rant this morning. He's had a rant. So it's not just me who rants, guys. It is the listeners as well. And this is what I want. And this is what I want. And it could seem really trivial to you when you say, you go, but that really annoys me. But Jason's gone. He's had a rant this morning when he got into work, went to make a coffee, and the milk had turned to cream. Oh, my God. Oh, mate. Oh. Do you know what it makes you think? Straight away when you say that, have you ever not really looked when you've made a coffee or a tea and you've put stale milk in and you've walked off, you've put the hot water, you've stirred it, you've gone to sit down and you've started to drink it. Oh, yes, I can feel my stomach churning just thinking about it. No. And then Alan or DJ Player, Alan, I'm just going to call you Alan. Alan's my mate. That's his stage name, DJ Platinum. And as I said to you, I'm not going to keep boosting him up. He doesn't need me to boost him up, guys. You can just tune in and have a listen yourselves. And as I said, he done a show today, done his debut show here on Reach on Air today. So just look up DJ Platinum. What time was it, Alan? Was it about 2 o'clock? Was it about 3 o'clock? I can't remember what exact time, but I was tuned in. It might be a bit later than that, actually, wouldn't it, mate? Yeah. And Alan's saying that the builders, he's kind of assuming he's talking about builders, really need to ask your permission or tell you they're never around either. You should start early. You can have them if they do. Yeah, so people, the same thing as I was saying about fires in the afternoons. Yeah. We're in central London, so we don't really get too much of that of people who are burning fires in the garden, to be honest with you. Bit of a fire hazard, because we're all stacked on top of each other. Someone starts having a fire in their back garden. Oh, Jesus. But then again, it could double up as a barbecue, couldn't it? We could have a barbecue then. Yeah. And this is Alan's telling me, it just grinds his gears as well. But having a fire, it's like, neighbours having parties. You know what? I always think with neighbours having parties, because let's be honest, we were young once. We were all young once, and it's sort of like we didn't mean any harm to anybody. It was just you did once it started to it. You got a bit loud, didn't you? You got a bit loud. But I think most of the time I can turn a blind eye to it a little bit, because we have, where I live, we have a lot of student accommodation. That's what all these building work is all about, because they're converting in like an old sort of Victorian house into as many rooms as they possibly can to squeeze as many students in as they possibly can, which I think is an absolute joke, to be honest with you. But that's what they do these days. That's what they do. If there's a university, I suppose it's all over the country, probably all over the world. But if you got a big house and you can convert it, yeah, they're going to do it, aren't they? They're going to do it. As long as you've got a big enough kitchen you can call a communal area, you don't even have to have a front room, as far as I know. I don't know if the laws have changed. I don't know if they have changed or not, but yeah, I think as long as your kitchen is big enough, you don't have to have a front. Roy? No, because I'm making him sound like a bad landlord. Roy, you're a landlord. God. Yes, you'll have the film crew round at Roy's house knocking on the door now that I've said that. HMOs, yeah. HMOs is saying. And do you have to have a front room? Or can you just have like a large kitchen communal area? So you can just use the front room as another bedroom, to be honest. But yeah, so there is the builder. So there was that. So the builder was polite to me. He come round to me. Let's cut this long story short. The builder's come to me. He's apologised. He's been as nice as pie. I've given him a flea in the ear. Still, I just couldn't help myself. But I thought that he needed to know, and he actually was saying it's not something I really wanted to do. It was the owner of the property that was basically making him do it. Yeah, so Roy's telling me HMOs, no front room, shared kitchen is enough, and shared bathroom, etc. Yes, so you can see why people were doing it, because the house prices, as you all know, in London are scandalous, absolute scandalous. And for someone to make real money out of property these days, HMOs is the way to go, It's sad to say, but it is. It's just the way to go. Just stack 'em high, as they say. Stack 'em high. Put 'em in, stack 'em high. But there's so many new rules and stuff that's come in. I've heard recently that a lot of these people that run the HMO are actually selling up because of the laws that have come in, that they don't really want to do it no more. They don't want to do it no more. It's too expensive for them to do it. You see, my voice is still drying out. But yeah, so there's the build at that, and there's the house. So then we did have my friend's issue. My friend's issue. You know what I was saying? The ones I was literally falling out of. I can't believe it. I've got the headphones on again. I am sitting here thinking, why is my ears sweating again doing this? And it is, I haven't took the headphones off. Right, headphones off. And don't judge me by my hairstyle. My hairstyle is perfectly fine. I cut it this way. Okay? Okay. Yes, I'm always saying landlord license insurance really high. Not now, but the law that protects the tenants, yeah. I'm not sure how much landlords are protected anymore. I know you've got the scumbag landlords. I'm not talking about them. I'm just talking about the average Joe. Because if people stop paying rent and stuff like that, then there's not much they can do. They've got to drag them through the courts and stuff like that, and they just lose an absolute fortune. And yeah, it's too much. I don't think I'd want to do it. I get why people do it, but I don't think I'd want to do it. I couldn't be dealing with the hassle, to be honest with you. I couldn't be dealing with the hassle. And yeah. So anyway, back to what was I talking about? The friends that, I thought I was having real sort of issues with. And I can't say it was a case of I was sitting crying in a corner or anything like that. No, it definitely wasn't. But it was a case of I was just feeling so disappointed with them. So disappointed with them, with their behaviour. In my opinion, they might think my behaviour is just as bad, but in my opinion, it was just, no, it was just off. It was just really off to fall out with childhood friends over football. Now, strangely enough, the Saturday just gone, I actually met up with him. He's a good friend of mine, Nicky. It was his birthday. And if you're watching this, Nick, on replay, you old git. 51 now. 51? Jesus. And I'm still 37. Yes. I've warned you about telling people the truth about your age. Yes, I am 37 when Nicky is 51 now. Yeah, it was his birthday, so we met up on the Saturday at the old karaoke and was having a drink, and a few of them showed up. And they showed up. And they come in, and it was just a case of, because we have known Alan, shut up. He is doubting I am 37. Because he can see me on Twitch there. You can see me on Twitch. See that stuff on me? I just had ice cream before the show. It's not great. It's ice cream. I just don't wash enough. That is the truth. And anyway, don't distract me. I'm in the middle of a little rant here. And so I met up with them at the karaoke. They've come in, and it was a bit frosty. I was a bit frosty for about 2 seconds. 2 seconds. And then it was like we'd never been apart again. It's just so strange that all the stuff that I was a bit miffed about was just forgotten. It was forgotten in about 2 seconds. We did speak about it, in all honesty. I just said, you know what, guys? I said, I'm not angry with you. Not angry with you. I just said, just really, really disappointed. And not that they had to, but they did. They apologised and they said, we didn't actually realise that's the way you felt. Well, I said, well, to get excluded because I don't support the same football team as you, it's how are you expecting me to feel? How are you expecting me to feel over a bloody game of football? And so, yeah. So, the friends issue, I feel, is sorted. The deal was, if we're going to be friends again, you have to listen to at least one of my radio shows this week. Because I'm doing 12 hours of them this week alone. Yes. So this actually, doing this chat tonight, not only gives us a chance to have a chat, guys, gives my ears a break from music. It does. Because I've got to say, at 10 o'clock tonight, I'm back on Twitch again. with, as I say, the brand new station. So, yeah. So, yeah, so, Alan's got compliance. What's happened to you? No, I don't keep up. It's hard to catch up. It's hard to catch up with the chat room. But, yes. 15. No, I'm why are you debating if I'm 37? I am 37. I am at 38 plus a little bit of VAT on my next birthday. Yeah. And all my friends that I've now forgiven will tell you that for a fact there. Yes, if they tune in, they will tell you for a fact. Maybe I won't, but yeah, maybe I'll have to pay them as well. So, yeah. So we got the friends. I've got the friends sorted out, and there's Alan in the chat room as well. There's a say, it's just been a bit of an eventful week, isn't it, for us on our radio station. And we're sadly now starting to say goodbye to everybody, one by one. Today we lost, well, not lost, they're not dead. They're going off to other stations and they're going to carry on. So today was Martin or Jimmy P, whatever you want to call him, was his last show with us. So he's now gone after today. Tomorrow, I think it's DJ John and Christine and the two boys, Sean and Mikey, are going. It's their last show. And it's whittling down to me on Friday. That'll be my last show. And then we got the weekend. At the weekend, I can't be that tuned in. I am having friend, not my friend's me bloody nephew. What am I talking about, friend? My nephew's wedding on the Saturday. So yeah, so it's sort of I'm not really going to be around to hear the end of it. I'll try my best to tune in on the Sunday to listen to the end of it. Yeah, Christine is finishing tomorrow. Oh, sorry, I might be corrected here. Is John doing another show? Alan, is John doing another show? So is Christine finished tomorrow? And is John? Are you sure? I'm sure John told me he was finished tomorrow, but I could be wrong. And no, I didn't have the toughest paper round. Oh, some people. Right, I know what he's after. I know what you're after, Jason. Right, now behave yourself. Yeah. Oh, yes. That's right, because he does a solo show, doesn't he, John? So it's just Christine finishing tomorrow and the two boys. And then John will finish. Oh, and the other DJ John, isn't it? The other DJ John who does the funk, the punk to Glastonbury or something it's called. Sorry. Yeah, John Sullivan. Yeah, so we are at the stage of we're just catching up here. Sorry, guys, I'm just going on a little bit. But we are in a sad situation, and I hope it never, ever happens to Reach, because Reach is an absolutely fantastic station. And as I say, my new station seems to be the dogs, you know what. So I am very happy for them to have taken me on, in all honesty. And yeah, they actually give me a time slot that didn't exist before. So that was either they're risking nothing. They are risking nothing by giving me a slot that was auto DJ before. Yeah, it's John Foster tomorrow. Yeah, punk rock to. It's not punk rock to what is it? Not Glastonbury. What's the other festival? Punk. Oh, I'm gonna have to look you up, John. John, I'll have to have a look, but I will have it right by tomorrow. So yeah, so that's 4 more DJs or presenters, whatever you want, gone tomorrow. And thankfully, our Chris, the station manager, will be finishing it all off on the Sunday with the last show, which I think is fitting. I think is absolutely fitting. He started it, so he should end it. So, yeah, so Alan's on till Sunday. So you're playing right up to the end, mate. Yeah, I would have liked to have put an extra show in, but I just couldn't, mate, with the wedding and everything, because of people who know me. If I'm at a wedding, I'm probably going to have 1 or 2 shandies. And would I be fit to present a radio show on a Sunday? No. Probably not. So, yeah, we'll move on from that. But, yeah, so it's goodbye to Voyage. By the time I talk to you lot next week, it'll all be done. It will all be done. It's actually, Jason, Voyager Radio's 9th birthday this weekend. So the 9th, yeah. So that actually, the weekend it finishes is the same week that it started 9 years ago. Yeah. So the timing was there. So literally the last day is bang on 9 years since it started. And it was tough. It was tough. It's sort of like when people are getting mentally ill, let's be honest, because of the guys who run radio stations, and you might not realise, you have to take your hat off to them. We just show up and we play our music, or we have a chat like we're doing now, and that's about all we worried about. That's about all we worry about. And then, or pay a few subs. You know, some stations don't charge subs, but some do. I don't know how they run without paying it, to be honest with you. But fair play to them. That's all we really worry about. But they've got to take on all the jobs of everything else, which isn't easy, guys. It really isn't easy, guys. So if you are thinking of starting your own radio station, I would think about it hard. I'd think about it hard. Maybe you're better just jumping on and building up the stations that are already there. You know, like Reach, for instance. Like Reach and Air, for instance. You know, there's some slots there. There's definitely some slots there. And as I say, Alan's give it a go today, and he seemed to enjoy it. Yeah. It's not the hardest to run it, but it's the licence fees, yeah. It's getting the money together, Alan, for the licence fees. Where'd you get it from? Are you prepared to pay it out of your own pocket? No, because we're not talking 50 quid, 50, 60 quid, are we? We're talking a good few grand. So, and that's just so you can play the music. Yeah. If you had if you had it, yeah. Same here. If I had it, I would as well. No, I wouldn't. I'll be honest, I wouldn't start a station. I wouldn't start. Because you get people like you, mate. People like Alan drive you mad. They drive you mad. They come on your show, abuse you. Same as Jason, same as Roy. I do very, very serious quizzes on my show, and they never give me a serious answer. Never. But yeah. So that's the radio. So that's what's gone on so far with me this week. And we're only at Tuesday. We are only at Tuesday. So the builders, they come and apologise and said, yes, all's good. Yeah, so I'm all right with the builders. I don't want to kill them no more. And then the friends, don't want to kill them no more either. I didn't want to kill them in the first place. But it was just a case of, yes, we needed to just sit down. I suppose lesson learned is actually speak to each other. If someone is bugging you, just tell them. Because if you've been friends that long, you should be able to just have that conversation. And we did. And the sad news of the radio show. Yeah. And I can't help it, Alan, I don't know about you. I really, really feel for Chris, the station manager. I feel so bad for him because of... He loved it. And he'd done such a great job. And it's just unfortunate there wasn't enough DJs to go around, or presenters to go around to fill all the slots on our show, on our schedule. That's the biggest problem with radio stations, is filling the schedules. If you can do that, you've won. You're over halfway there to winning the battle. But if you've only got a limited amount of presenters, it can be difficult. It can be very, very difficult. Right. So we are now going to talk about something else we have spoken about before on here, guys. Yes, Derek. Yeah, Derek's just confirming what Alan says. John is on Thursday night on his own on Voyage. Yeah. It's Woodstock to punk rock. That was it. I knew it was one of the... what did I keep saying? Glastonbury. But it's Woodstock to punk rock, because Woodstock's the older one, isn't it? It's the older... So Woodstock was the hippie one, was it? Am I right in saying that? Was it the hippie ones? Yeah. But yes, Jason, you said, oh, it's all in good fun. You love it. I'm glad you think so, mate. Yes, I do, mate. You've known me too well. You've known me nearly... When have I been on radio? A year. I've been on radio a year. September. So you've all known me pretty much a year. Does it feel longer than that to you lot? Does it feel a lot longer than that to you lot? Maybe. But let's do this serious one now. We've got a serious one there. Something we can't let go. And again, it is something that we have brought up here on Rant of the Week before. And I am talking about what the hell is going on with FIFA. Now, obviously, these are rumours, not all backed by fact. So, disclaimer: this is allegedly. I went and had a look through just some things that I had heard earlier, and as I say, FIFA. I can't say it live on air, but my opinion of them is not really that high. If I'm honest, it's not really that high. So, this is just some stuff that I sort of found out, because I wanted to know what exactly was going on here. What was going on here? What was all the hoo-ha about? So, started this week. FIFA President Gianni Infantino backed a proposal to transfer FIFA's commercial business, yes, FIFA's commercial business, including World Cup media. Yeah, so we've got the World Cup media, sponsorship and licensing rights into a new company, FIFA Forward Enterprise, or FFE for short. The plan would have sold 20% stake to a private investor for around £3.2 billion, valuing FIFA's commercial assets at approximately 15 to 16 billion. Okay, yeah, they're definitely worth that. It does feel it's definitely worth that. So, Jason, I'll read your comment after. Thank you very much. Right, the proposal was later withdrawn following widespread opposition. Now, if you have listened to me go on about this guy in the past, I don't have a very high opinion of him. So I'm talking about Gianni Infantino, the president of FIFA. And FIFA, I don't have a very high opinion of either, is the truth. So they were talking about selling off a stake in FIFA, the marketing side of it, to private investors. So we go back to, we all know this, and again, allegedly, and all these words I've got to use, but during the World Cup, US striker Bologan, if I am saying his name right, the USA player who was sent off against Bosnia and, the other one, Bosnia and Herzegovina. Am I saying? I bet I'm not saying that right. And received an automatic one-match ban. Yes, automatic one-match ban, which everyone accepts in football. That is what it is. It just is what it is. Well, FIFA later overturned the suspension under Article 27 of the Disciplinary Code, which I think no one knew about until this happened, allowing him to play against Belgium. And thank God, Belgium absolutely slapped their ass. Right? As I said, I've had this before on this show, but yes, still I feel that way. Thank God Belgium slapped their ass. The decision came after Donald Trump publicly had contact with Infantino to ask for a review of the red card. And remember, from this, guys, Donald Trump knew nothing about football. Absolutely nothing. And he even admitted it. He didn't even know what a red card was, but he just couldn't work out why one of his players wasn't playing. Well, if someone had just explained the rules to him rather than bending the rules, let's be honest, maybe we wouldn't be feeling the way we are about FIFA as we are today. Right, so we've got that. So we've got, he wanted to sell off 20% of FIFA for 3.2 billion. Then we had the conversation with him, with Donald Trump, about the American player who was sent off, and it was put on some sort of weird suspension thing, a suspended sentence thing that no one had ever come across, I don't think. I could be wrong, but someone please tell me. So then, obviously FIFA was looking for buyers or investors, whatever you wanted to call them. So reports identified Thrive Capital as one of the investment groups expected to participate in, buying shares in FIFA. And again, this is just allegedly. Its founder, Joshua Kushner, funny enough, is a brother of Jared Kushner. And you might be going, who are they? Who are they? Well, turns out Jared Kushner is Donald Trump's son-in-law. Are you smelling what I'm cooking here, guys? Are you smelling what I'm cooking? As The Rock would say. So, a conversation between Donald Trump goes on with the FIFA president, Gianni Infantino. A red card is overturned. And at the time, I said, what has Trump offered? Remember, you can go back and watch previous shows. They're on YouTube. And in my head, allegedly, I've got to say, what is it, allegedly, that Trump offered? My gut feeling was just that something wasn't right. Something wasn't right. So, if we turn around and go, Thrive Capital, owned by or founded by Joshua Kushner, the brother of Donald Trump's son-in-law. Yes, and Jason's asking about, well, we go on to the RGs after, mate. Yes. If England acted like the RGs, let's just get that out there. I think if anyone acted like the RGs, they probably wouldn't be allowed to compete in the next World Cup. Let's put it that way. But, again, from what I'm saying, my faith in FIFA is pretty much zero. So we've got the selling off of FIFA. We've got the overturned red card from following Bulligan. And thankfully, as I said, Belgium slapped their arse afterwards. And then we've got Thrive Capital, potential investor in FIFA, happened to be the brother of the son-in-law of Donald Trump. Are you seeing what I'm seeing, guys? Are you seeing what I'm seeing? And again, I've got to say it, allegedly. So the Football Association, which I am happy they did, and I think Wales were the first to do it. So well done, Wales, and we followed not far behind. So we've got the Football Association of England, Football Association of Wales, Football Association of Serbia, and Football Association of Finland withdrew their support for Infantino straight away, basically, or within a few days. As far as I know, it was Wales. It was Wales the first to pull out, and the Swedish Football Association has formally opposed his candidacy anyway. So, all these facts, yes, smelling a rat, definitely. So we've got them facts in there so far, guys, them facts in there so far. And as we spoke about before, the Americans, and they can deny it if they want, was asking for the games to be cut into quarters. They was. Because of there's so much money to be made in revenue from ads and stuff like that, and a lot of companies make a lot of money. And yes, and good evening to DJ Tim, good to see you. Yes, and he said DJ Tim was saying that this World Cup he fully followed probably his first World Cup thanks to Flash, because he Flash, as you all know, give us all a team to be in a sweepstake, and somehow I got Iraq. And I have never screamed fix. I don't think I have never screamed fix that Dan the Music Man got France. Never screamed the favourites of the competition. Just happens to be childhood friends. And as we're talking about Infantino and what's he doing with FIFA, I think we can put Flash and Dan the Music Man in that category. But yeah, good to see you, Tim. Yes, so we've got all that. And then we had let me see how much time, because I might be waffling on a bit much. Right, so then we had the mandatory 3-minute hydration break. Perfect timing, Because it takes all of us 3 minutes to have a drink, doesn't it, guys? To pick up a glass, it takes you 3 minutes to drink it. But in pounds, in advertising revenue, there was more than £740 million made worldwide. That's $1 billion from the water breaks. The water breaks. And as I said, I was calling it out all along, guys. I was calling it out all along. That wasn't right. That really, really wasn't right. Now, again, with this, I've got to say, this is alleged. This is the rumour. This is the rumour. Gianni Infantino, right? Wages at FIFA, it's not surprising. Wages at FIFA is 3.4 to 3.5 million annually. So he gets paid that each year. It's not surprising, it's a big job. You've got footballers, the players, earning a hell of a lot more than that. Let's be honest about it. So head of FIFA, that's not a big problem. That is not a big problem. Where the problem lies, for me, is that Gianni's allegedly, again, God, I hate having to say that, but I've got to, allegedly was going to step down as the FIFA president and become the senior executive of the FFE. You know, what was the FFE again? The FIFA Forward Enterprise. So that's the business side of FIFA. He was going to go and be the senior executive. And his salary would have rose to approximately a year. And this is a very, very conservative estimate of £22 to £23 million per year. So he would have went from 3.5, we say 3.5 million, up to 22 to 23 million pound a year. Now, if this, yeah, Joseph says, is that all? Is that all? Yes, but when you look at it, as this is saying, a rise of roughly 540 to 550%. How many of you have gone in for a pay rise at your job lately? What are they offering? Would you get offered 100%, 200%, 300%, or 540 to 550% in rises? So, wow. So this is what has been going on in the last week with FIFA. Is it time, guys? Is it time to get rid of them? Is it time to start boycotting it? No, Joseph, you're not priceless. You're not priceless. I am priceless. Well, no, I'm not actually. If you give me a packet of crisps and a cigarette, I'll let you do what you want. But we'll leave that one there. But yeah. So when you add all that together with all that was going on during the World Cup, and I was screaming blue murder about it, I've got to say, I was screaming blue murder about it because I could see it for what it was. And it was, yeah. And it was NASCAR. Is that our Sean there? Is that our Sean, NASCAR? Sean, is that you or Mike? I can't remember what it is, Sean or Mike. Is that you? Good to see you if it is, mate. Absolutely brilliant to see you. And hopefully you've figured stuff out. But remember, I'm always here, mate, if you need a chat to sort things out. So, yeah. I don't know. I've got one viewer on YouTube. So that's going well. That's one viewer more than last time. But, as I said, we was all going about when we originally spoke about this FIFA business and the World Cup and the Argentinians. Yes, we're going to bring them up again. I'm sorry, Argentinian people or South American people. I don't think it's all of you. But the behaviour of Argentina, and there's been nothing said yet, has there? Has there been anything said? about getting rid of them, kicking them out. Absolutely scandalous what went on there. Because the whole team, it wasn't just one of them, it was the whole team. But, yeah. So FIFA, Gianni Infantino, and as I said, I think back on that show a few weeks back, if he is still president this time next year, there is something seriously, seriously wrong. But what people are saying, people are saying are rumouring what he's trying to do, is let all the leagues restart, because people will forget about it. Once the Premier League starts, and La Liga, like the French league as well, the Italian leagues, people are going to stop talking about it, and he's just going to carry on regardless. Because if I got it right, how he thought he would be able to get this through is because of every nation. If I've got this right, please correct me if I've got it wrong. If you're here while I'm streaming live, or you're watching a recording, please don't hesitate to send a message in, because I'll be happily corrected. But every nation gets a vote. Every nation. And Europe, Europe, I think, doesn't consist that many countries as it goes worldwide. He needs something like 110, 120 votes or so. And what he was doing is offering the poorer countries, he said everyone, but let's be honest, the Premier League don't need it. The Italian League don't need it. He was offering them all 30 million quid. 30 million quid. Now, if you're one of the poorer countries and you go around and go, yeah, 30 million quid, I'm having that. Can you blame them? No, of course you can't. You can't blame him for that. So that was his game, allegedly, was to turn round and convince all these poorer countries, 30 million quid, give us your vote, and we'll get it through for you. And it had nothing to do with his 540% pay rise, allegedly. Nothing to do with that red card being overturned because one of the investors is the brother of Donald Trump's son-in-law. That's not allegedly, he is. But I'm not saying that is what's happened. I can't say that's what's happened. But as I said, at the time, I did say something's gone on there. Something has gone on there for that red card to be changed. I did say that. And Alan, you don't like football though, do you? Sorry, Alan said he never watched the World Cups. And you're a rugby man, aren't you? You're a rugby man. It's strange, because the people who see me, and I'm sure we spoke about this before, Alan, probably in the chat room, you would think I would be a big rugby fan. You would think, because of my size, 6'2", 18 stone, you'd think I would be a big rugby fan. I hate it. I absolutely, not hate it as in, I hope you lose or anything like that. I'd always, at a distance, support the England rugby team, but I just don't get it. It's not for me. I suppose it's the same as I don't like golf. I don't like golf either. What's strange for that? Does anyone play golf here? A lot of my friends do, and they love it. And they absolutely love it. Yeah. So you had rugby on the same time as the England games. Was that what was going on, Jay? Alan, sorry. Yeah. So when Alan's got his next show, don't hold it against him. Don't hold it against him. People will know me on Reach as Big G. Just call him, abuse him like he does on mine. Send him loads of messages and just give him a mouthful of abuse, saying, bloody egg chaser. The football's on, egg chaser. Premier League will be playing, and he might be on your Saturday afternoon show now. Fingers crossed he will be, because he's done an absolutely great job over there on Voyager. But yeah, I was going to talk about people's personal traits, but I don't think we've got time there. I don't think we've got time. I think this hour has just flown by again. But I couldn't do this for 2 hours. I'll let you into a little secret. By the time I get towards the end of the first hour, I am gasping for a tobacco thing. A tobacco thing. I can't say it. If any kids are listening, don't do it, boys. Don't, or girls. Don't do it. Don't do it. It's a disgusting habit. Don't drink, don't smoke. Don't do none of that. But, yeah. And plus, I don't want to torture the listeners any more than I already do. Yeah, so it was just, you find in life, and as I say, I'll probably come back to that next week, to be honest with you. It's about how people are as their traits, to be honest. And I would say I've got a real mixture of personality traits, which I don't necessarily feel have done me well in life. But I could be wrong. Because we're talking about like introverts, extroverts, and I'm sounding really intelligent here, but I am reading it off a list, to be honest with you. Loners, independent people. See, I would be what I consider an independent person, and an extrovert. So it's really weird, and it's trying to put these together. Am I a perfectionist? Probably not. Does things have to be perfect? No. Do they have to go well? Yeah. Do I want them to go perfect? Yeah. But when things, I don't know, if things go too perfect, a bit boring, isn't it? It's a bit boring. So when I say I'm a mix, I like you said, if you have the time, it's not homework. But for next, I just think about your person. Be honest with yourself. Your personality traits. You know, an introvert is someone who likes to spend time alone. You know, I do occasionally, not obviously, not often. An extrovert gains from being around people. I love to be around people. So that's why I say I'm a bit of an extrovert. A loner, obviously someone who don't want to spend time with anybody. So it's one of them. There are people like that. And independent, as I was saying, and I'm someone who just relies on themselves. Anything I want to do in life, I don't really, and this is where I say I don't really think I gained anything from being this way, in all honesty. I've never really gone to people for help, even when I've needed help. And I just wish, because you know what I think it is with me, is if you ask people for help, and then one day they throw it back in your face, as in, I helped you do this, I helped you do that. And I don't think I would cope very well with that. But strangely enough, I help others as much as I possibly can. Weird, isn't it? If someone asked me for help, I would be more than happy to help them. But do I go to people for help? No, not really. Empathetic, yeah. Jesus, I'm just reading off my bingo lists here. Empathetic, yeah, I do feel when other people are in pain and stuff like that. I'm not someone who can just ignore it. If I think someone's upset or hurt, it does bother me. I don't know. Roy, I would say you're empathetic. I would say, yeah, and an extrovert, an empathetic extrovert, Roy, I would say. Jason, I would just say you're a flipping pain in the arse. But yeah, just something to think about for next week. Yeah, I think we can go a bit more into depth for that. But there is a lot of sort of psychological problems that people have. And you know, it was funny. I want to go back to when I was talking to my friends the other day. And I said to them, do you know when people like myself, and I'm sure most of you have heard this expression before, people like myself are at their worst, is when they say, such is life. because if they've been through things. No, Jason, you're not getting no money out of me. Tell you, I'll give you this week's wages from Reach to you. Oh, that's it. I'll give you this week's rate. Help. I said help, not give you bleeding money. I've just lost my track of thought now. He does this to me all the time. He does this to me all the time. It's like I'm sitting here, I'm chatting away. He does this every bleeding. I guess I'm going to be seeing you at 10 o'clock tonight as well. Do you know what I didn't do? And I apologise. I keep doing this here because I'm so used to doing the breakfast show and being the first one on. I just keep forgetting to thank the person that was in front of me. So tonight, oh God, who was there? And it was the bald eagle, Stephen Sticks. So sorry, Stephen, if you happen to be listening out there. I have got to get so much better at this. Let's put it that way. Much better. If I'm going to keep coming back on Reach on Air and doing this, I've got to get better. I've got to start writing these down. And it's nothing personal. It's just because I'm so used to doing a breakfast show and there's no one on before me. So it's just that bad habit that I have picked up, which I need to get rid of. And yes, after me, so I'm going to do it now, after me, to make sure I'm there to be last 2 minutes, DJ Tim and DJ Rozzy with Let's Mix It Up. Yes, they're on straight after me from 9 till 10. And then from 10, DJ Johnny. DJ Johnny, I'm not sure how many shifts he's doing tonight. But I have noticed with DJ Johnny, he does like to split it up. But so, no, let's quickly. So DJ Johnny, and I'm guessing he's on from 10 till 12. Quickly. I'm running out of time. Yes, and then at midnight, Alan Ross is back on. And as I said, without even looking, back on again with his fantastic rock DJ Johnny at 1 o'clock. And then it goes on, JD, you need to sleep. Who's on at 2? I can't read the whole list. Or we will be here all night. But yes, guys, obviously we're coming to the end now. We're coming towards the end. I've only got a minute left. But yeah, as I keep saying to you every week, if there's anything, and honestly, guys, absolutely anything you just want to talk about, maybe we can get a little bit more meatier in the subjects we're talking about. Maybe I think FIFA is quite a meaty subject, but the problem is I have to be incredibly careful with what I say, because it is allegedly, even though we can all see what's in the media, we can see what's on social medias and stuff like that, but we can't prove anything until it's proven in a court of law, put it that way. But anyway, guys, for you who have put up with me tonight, thank you so much again. And I will be back here next Tuesday at 8 o'clock again to do a whole thing. And as I said, anything you want to talk about, feel free. And if you're a new listener out there in the YouTube world, hit the follow button. Twitch, hit the follow button and switch your notifications on. And I will see you all very, very soon, guys. Take care, yeah? Yes, you guys that are still there on the Twitch and YouTube, just a massive thank you for tuning in. Yeah. And as I said, if it's something you want to do, it's been an hour of torment. You love it, Jason. You love it. But if you want the music and the giggles that we have on the breakfast show, I will be back on at 10 o'clock. I will be back here at 10 o'clock. Different studio. But, yeah. I will see you all at 10. Dynamic radio. Can I say that? Dynamic radio. And the new quiz starts. Roy, Jason, new quiz. Derek, if you're there, you're more than welcome to join us there for the brand new quiz. And I made it myself. And it is incredibly difficult. So YouTube guys, if you've never seen me before, I will be on Dynamic Radio, but back here I won't be on YouTube, but I'll be on Twitch, Gary D1310, where it'll be live streamed on Twitch because of the music and the copyright laws. I can't put it on YouTube, but I'll be here on Twitch at 10 o'clock tonight. So yeah, if you download the Twitch app, and look up Gary D1310, I'll be very, very grateful, guys. And I can't wait to see his second show on Dynamic. Apparently the first one went all right. I weren't so sure. No, old Bart, no. The manager was a little worried. He wasn't sure what to expect from us lot. It was like a nice posh place as it invited the riffraff into their home. And yes, we showed up booting the door in. But we know how to have a laugh, guys, eh? We know how to have a laugh. Anyway, I'm going to have a little break and I will be back here at 10 o'clock. Take care, guys. Hopefully see